Texas Podcast Massacre contains spoilers and adult language. For more horror, visit us at our website at texaspodcastmassacre.com. This is Texas Podcast Massacre. With your hosts, Mitch, Nate, and Lisa.
Welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre, coming to you from Houston, Texas. I'm your host, Mitch, and with me, as always, is the Tucker to my Dale, sure, Nate.
He's gonna walk it off. He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. Just took a wood chipper to the head. And of course, with us back from her brief trip. I guess she didn't join us on the yacht in New York last week with Jason.
Well, no, she was in the cabin in the woods.
Oh, that's right. Yes, she
was
hanging out. Is our queen of unsuspecting victims, Lisa.
Hey everyone.
It's been a while. Sound refreshed.
You do. You've been really, this has been our month of slaycations, and it sounds like you've been taking full advantage.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this week
I was just waiting for a good movie to come around again.
Ooh. T's and P's. Jason Goes to Manhattan. Well, welcome to another episode of Texas Podcast Massacre.
Just the laugh there.
right. Where each week, one day I'll get to the intro, where each week we take a look at a different horror movie and debate a horror-related topic with our unsuspecting victim, who is usually someone we would not consider a horror fan. So last week we're rolling out the new sort of way of how we're going to do these commentaries, so we actually get to watch the movie and talk about them with our unsuspecting victims. This week, just while that was kind of our first kind of test run with it, so we're doing a normal episode. I'd say normal, but a typical episode, and then we'll be back to trying to do those commentary ones later, because I think we got some good responses for that.
Follow the link. Follow the link on our social medias. It is on a free Patreon post.
Yeah, so it is on Patreon, but it's pretty much open to everyone. So there you go. That said, Nate, any interesting horror news you want to talk about? I know we've got a bunch of movies coming out this month.
Horror news is look, people were loading up on movies. And August is not disappointing. We got Don't Breathe 2. We got The Night House. Mitch is very excited for it. He still doesn't know what it means, I don't think.
No.
After seeing the trailer.
Still have no clue. Yeah, I've seen
the Night House.
I've practically seen the movie. I don't know what is going to happen. I feel like, but
and Candyman all out in the back half of August. Incredible. Horror movies are happening, and it is awesome. It's exciting. I don't know. That's my main news. Is that there are horror movies again, Mitch, and they keep happening, and they're continuing to happen, and it is awesome.
Yeah, Lisa, do you agree that it is awesome that so many new horror movies are coming out?
Some of them,
go ahead.
I liked Don't Breathe, so I think Don't Breathe 2 will be great.
There you go.
I've also seen posters and/or the trailer for that house thing. As Mitch keeps calling it to me, the House of Mirrors.
The house thing. It's the Night House.
I call it Mirror House. Is that okay?
Mirror House.
No.
Yeah.
Well, it's a mirror.
What was the other one you said? There was Candyman. No, that's no.
That's a hard no from you.
How is that a hard? That one's the one I'm most looking forward to.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I'm most looking forward to as well.
Yeah,
Y'all are gonna have a great time. When does the next Halloween come out? Not till October.
October, correct. Halloween.
All right. Well, I'll be waiting for that one.
Another one that Lisa's probably excited for. VHS is coming back. The fourth movie is coming right to Shudder in October. So get ready, Lisa, for VHS 94, the fourth one.
Well, there you go.
And you know Mitch is just going to casually have a VHS movie on in the background. You're just going to walk in like, well, that person got stabbed in a very realistic way. Blair Witch style. That's not great. So that's good.
Let's see. I mean, so is Halloween Kills, Lisa? Is that the one you're most looking forward to this year?
Is it the only one? I'll probably the only one looking forward to.
Right.
One would assume it's Lisa, right? So I mean, can't be.
She's not even going to acknowledge it, and that's fine. I think like Halloween Kills is going to be great. Antlers will be coming out this year, which I don't know. Okay. I'm looking at this list of like upcoming movies just to jog my memory of all the great stuff that's coming out. And like, man, again, we don't have that many months left in 2021, and there's still a bunch. Lamb is coming out, which I think you and I are going to see at Fantastic Fest.
If they still have it, sure.
Okay, look, Debbie Downer, we just have to make it 2 more months.
If you lower your expectations, then you never disappoint us. It's like 1 month. What do you mean 2 months? It's 1 month.
Oh my God, it is 1 month. I can't wait. So Lamb, it doesn't scream, it screams a weird ass movie, but I don't know about horror movie.
There's like a lamb boy.
There's a lamb
boy.
Yeah, look.
Ominous lamb. Look, okay, you can put that screechy like music to any shot at all time. It's an instant horror film.
But that's the thing.
Together.
That's just making a trailer. You could easily put some like quirky Wes Anderson bullshit on it and make it sound like it's like
amazing.
Rom-com or something.
It didn't give a whole lot. Didn't give a whole lot.
Now, Nate,
but I'm excited.
There is a movie I'm just reading the description of called We Need to Do Something, which apparently it sounds like it's reading as a slow burn horror film like Hereditary. It's about a family who gets stuck in a bathroom together during a tornado.
Interesting.
Apparently it premiered at Tribeca over the summer and had overall positive reviews from horror fans.
Interesting.
I'm interested, intrigued there. Then there's also Demonic, which is coming out here in like 2 days, I think.
Shit.
This one's from the director. It's from Neil Blomkamp. So District 9 and Chappie directed this one. It's a science fiction horror film about the estranged daughter of a hospitalized woman who enters into a simulation to speak to her mother and find out why she went on a murderous rampage. And then while there, supernatural shit happens.
Interesting.
I'm interested in it because of the director, which is weird because I don't know that I was ever a huge fan of District 9 or Chappie. I like them. I've seen them both. Chappie just makes me sad, honestly. Chappie's a real sad film.
I love Chappie.
Beyond obviously Die Antwoord, which I want Die Antwoord and
a Die Antwoord horror film sounds amazing.
A Die Antwoord any film sounds great, Nate. Let's be real. Like, what if Die Antwoord paired with why am I blanking on the Room? Tommy Wiseau. Tommy Wiseau and Die Antwoord passion project together. What do you think about that?
I don't like it. I don't know, whatever it is. I don't like it.
Oh.
Too many weird looking people together at once. What if they did a swap? What if Tommy Wiseau got all tatted up, and then the ninja from The Outward?
I want Tommy Wiseau
is
to
not tatted. I would watch that movie.
I want Tommy Wiseau to do the vampire film he so clearly wants to do.
Yes. You should watch Best Friends.
Oh, I have not watched
Part 1 and 2. You should definitely watch that. Speaking of movies and sequels, I gotta have one Blu-ray. A thing of note. For the first time ever on Blu-ray, getting released, Jack Frost 2: Revenge of the Mutant Killer Snowman coming out. That's right. It is coming out in December. You got Jack Frost 2 for the first time on Blu-ray. Will I be purchasing it? Absolutely. It'll go next to my Vinegar Syndrome Jack Frost. So get excited for that, all you Blu-ray collectors. And one more, Mitch's favorite movie of the year, The Green Knight, coming to VOD only like 2 weeks after being in the theater. Or is that 1 week or 2 weeks?
It's
coming out now. This week when we release out on VOD. So like it's a 1 week exclusive movie showing. And then you can watch it from the comfort of your home. I thought the movie was spectacular, and no one else did. so my recommendation, go see it or rent it. If not, then take that with whatever it's worth.
Yeah.
Spectacular.
Well, look, before we get into our debate, we do have another voicemail. This one is again from Victor. I think he wanted to clear up some things from our episode last week, so let's listen in.
Hey guys, it's Victor. So first, Friday number 1 is the mom, number 2 is the burlap sack, number 3 is the first hockey mask, number 4 is Corey Feldman, number 5 is the fake Jason, number 6 is Tommy Jarvis in that weird blue denim jacket when you put the rock around Jason and sunk him to the bottom. Number 7 is him versus that psychic girl. Number 8 is him in Manhattan. Number 9 is him in the body swapping. Number 10 is in space. Number 11 is Freddy vs. Jason. Number 12 is the remake. Also, here's my question. If weed is now legal in most states, is the horror trope that you smoke weed, you die now become null and void? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Okay, well, I heard 7 is the psychic girl. I've never seen that movie. I don't know what this. I've never heard of the psychic girl one. So thank you for letting me know that I've not seen one in the series. Do not remember that.
Do you? I mean,
yes.
Like, okay, so first off, I know Victor. I clearly knows this franchise much better than you and I do, which is
that's correct.
Do you ever wonder, Victor, what things you don't remember because Jason trivia is in your head? And I mean that in a nice way, because I say that because I feel that way sometimes, like all the crap about like The Ring and all like some other like random like so it's like what I can tell you all this random shit about like Nightmare Before Christmas and all this other like Tim Burton stuff. What else could I have actually like more productive or useful information? I don't know, but that's pretty impressive. But look, Nate, honestly, I don't have a better question. Why don't we debate on Victor's question?
Bid our father, the Sea King, rise from the depths full foul in his fury. Black waves teeming with salt foam to smother this young mouth with pungent slime.
All right.
Cool. Okay. So if weed is legal.
Yeah.
So now does that trope become null and void?
No, it is still massively a trope. Look, alcohol is legal, but kids getting drunk and then getting messed up, that's still a thing.
You know what? That is maybe the best argument for that. It's here to stay.
I think it is. I think it is here to stay. Will it be as cartoonish like over the top as before? Maybe not. Although then again, we just did watch Idle Hands not long ago, and that was just the absolute peak like high school stoner people, and they got murdered because they were trying to, people were getting high and whatnot.
So, I just wonder. I mean, it probably what to me, what I think likely happens is just it's less weed. It's just turns to some other drug right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay.
Like you remember the Freddy LSD kill, which is
Yes.
hilarious.
I don't know if that is really. See, the thing about some other drugs is that alcohol and marijuana are depressants, right? Like if there's a drug, like if you're doing
speed
cocaine, right? Or if you're doing
Are you riding the dragon?
if you're doing like PCP or something, you might just like punch the killer's head off or something.
I kind of
that. Those are drugs that are. So it has to be a depressant. So this is one of the only. This is one of the main depressant type drugs that like. It's like the trope is really more about someone's incapacitated themselves so they don't see the killer or whatever, right? But like. If you're like doing something that gives you more energy, in theory, you'd be able to run away from the killer very temporarily. Be able to run away from the killer faster.
Yeah.
If your head is level enough.
I mean, you could make a point that the kids in Jason versus Freddy were mostly on E, right? Like in the rave scene in the cornfield. Although one was being very molestery. And then and so he didn't see it coming, which good for Jason on that one. And then the other two were like the normal stoner drinking group.
This is a keg and people going woo,
the woo guys.
Although I mean, to be fair, if you're smoking weed, like you're not yelling loudly to get the person's attention too. So it's a mixed weed bag, if you will.
But I think the crux of the question, I think you nailed it, right? It's not alcohol is not illegal, so we still get people get drunk off their ass and all that. Although I do want to see someone just riding the white pony, going ape shit against someone like that would be
like what if there's like a serial killer person goes into like the wrong house and it's like a meth den and then all the meth people like destroy the serial killer and it's like a reverse home invasion where like the person goes in and they get stuck and they have to like fight their way through all the people. That would be an awesome movie. I would love to see that. Yeah. I would love to see that. All right, so we answered it.
There we go. Now, Nate, did you have a debate question for this? I really didn't have anything.
That was
all right. Well, look, Victor, we appreciate it. Thank you so much for taking time to call us and to give us this awesome debate question. If you have a debate question or want to call and say whatever, tell Nate how much the Green Knight sucked. You can at 346-246-3143. The Green Knight didn't suck, Nate. It just wasn't good. That's maybe it looked beautiful. It was very pretty.
It looked and was metaphorically amazing. So all the metaphors.
Yeah, do you like metaphors? Well,
do you like metaphors? Then you're in for it.
Then you're in for a bunch of metaphors. Not great. Yeah, that was. I mean,
let's chop that off of this segment.
Yeah. Again, 346-246-3143. Email us at TexasPodcastMassacre@gmail.com. TXPodMassacre on Twitter. Texas Podcast Massacre everywhere else. Hey, find us on Patreon. We have links there, and you should go there just to get the commentary tracks. That's the new thing. That's what all the cool kids are doing.
We're cool.
No. That's what other cool kids are doing. And we're going to do it too. Total difference. But check it out. We're going to have our first live event. I think we're going to try to have soon. So we'll see. We're going to probably announce that to the folks who have just,
And for these commentaries, other than the first one, which is only on Stars. I look at Mitch with disgust.
Did you cancel your trial?
I did cancel it.
All right, I wanna.
But I was starred. I got starred. Yeah. But no, we're gonna try to do when we do commentaries and stream the movies. We're gonna try to keep it to major streaming platforms so that people will not have a hard time setting up random stars accounts.
That would be helpful.
Yes. So stay tuned for those. We got some good. There's good movies everywhere. I don't know if our Shutter code still works, but maybe we could do a Shutter one. We got all kinds of options.
Yep. So. Absolutely. All right. Well, look, we're doing a classic. We talked about staycations. We talked about what's one place we go. You like to go to the woods. You're a big camper.
I like camping.
Yeah. Me not so much, but this is a great movie, and we're gonna talk about it. It's Tucker. This week's movie of the week is Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Oh jeez! Whoa, Jesus!
Did you see the way those guys looked at us? Did you see the way those?
Who wants to go skinny dipping? Who wants to go skinny dipping?
No.
We got your friend!
They captured Allison!
Oh, it's the pancakes. You hate pancakes. I'm gonna make you something else.
What am I doing here?
Fell into the water. Dove in and rescued you.
We'll go find your friends. You should relax. Tucker and Dale are on the case.
What is this place? It's just a cabin. It doesn't mean they're psycho killers.
Then why don't you go in there and talk to them?
All right. Maybe I will.
Why don't you go in there and talk to them?
I said maybe.
Dale, what are you doing?
I'm taking a crapper hole.
You mind if I help?
He's making her dig her own grave.
There's no rules out here. It's us against them.
Oh, good. Look, your friends are here.
You okay?
Saw your friend up there. He must be allergic to bees or something because he was running like a bat out of hell.
This is a suicide pact. These kids are coming out here and they're killing themselves all over the woods.
Oh my God, that makes so much sense. The girl that we have, she can maybe explain the whole thing.
You've got another one inside.
Yeah, she's in my bedroom.
Explain the whole thing. You've got another one inside.
Heads up. Oh, you gotta take the safety off on the side there.
Don't do that.
Start being more careful.
Time to die, freak.
Fire! Stop, double rope.
No, don't use that.
Let's get you down from there.
Wait.
Sorry about that.
This vacation sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
Oh man, this actually was a trivia question for my brother. That's some trivia night, and he was texting me about, hey, he's like trying to hey Mitch, what's a horror movie with like two hillbilly guys, but they're not the bad guys or something, like Tucker and Dale versus Evil? Goes, no, I think it's something more recent. I'm like, more recent? Like, I don't know why he was arguing
10 years ago.
I don't know why he was arguing with me, first off, and then it was Tucker and Dale, and I'm like,
yeah, of course. Of course. So Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Universally amazing? Can we just start it from the jump here?
Yeah. I love it. It's great.
Okay. I would say beloved film, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I think it's reached that level of cult status.
Mm-hmm.
All right, right from the jump, we're both in on this one. It's weird to see because this movie was shelved for years before it was fully released, and by fully released, it was barely released. They filmed it in 2009, and they did post-production, and then they released a trailer, right around Halloween. Everything's great. They go to Sundance Film Festival in 2010. They're at South by Southwest. Then it like waits like a year and a half to get distributed in a limited theatrical release on my birthday in 2011. And it grossed $5.7 million in the box office eventually with like some weird releases, and then on a budget of $5 million, so barely made its money back. They sandbagged it for a long time, and they released it not well, and now it is basically a I would say cult classic horror comedy film. Mitch, do you want to hear the premise for the sequel that will never get made?
Yes. Oh,
this was going to be my debate question, but the lead one was good. Okay. Basically, there was a sequel. Eli Craig, who's the director, we'll get into him in a second, had a sequel titled Tucker and Dale Go to Yale, described as Good Will Hunting meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh my God. That
yes. Yes, but they were asked about it years ago. Said, "Yep, I think it's looking like it maybe," and then nothing happened. So it is unlikely to ever get made. But Tucker and Dale Go to Yale that is a first of all great title, great premise. Who knows what the script was like, but it sounds incredible. So there is that. Tucker and Dale is a 7.5 on IMDb, one of the higher movies we've ever done. We do so much crap. The director is Eli Craig. Eli Craig, probably known for Zombieland, the TV movie. Did you know there's a Zombieland like series TV movie? Did you know that? Because it existed briefly, and Little Evil on Netflix, which is
I do remember Little Evil. I do remember
like Suburban Damien. It was Suburban Damien from The Omen, with Adam Scott. So those are the main two things that guy's done. Tyler, is it Labine? Is Dale in this movie? He had his own. I think it was like the first like Hulu exclusive series, if I remember correctly, called Deadbeat, where he talked to ghosts. I used to like that show. It's probably the 5 people who watched the first ever Hulu exclusive show. He was in Escape Room, the first Escape Room. That's right.
Well, he's also in the second, in a flashback.
Oh, yeah. Well, he died horrifically in the first one by getting like shocked to death, which was unfun.
Yeah. That one was great. You know what? That was
great.
That was better than Green Knight.
Oh, that I mean, just knowing what it is, like I can't say that I find that very convincing. But
no. We'll let the people decide.
We'll let the people decide. He is Greek Council VP voice in Monsters University, which I have seen roughly 50 times. So I did recognize his voice in that brief part because I've seen that movie so many times. Thanks to little Danny. Yeah, he's been in. The actors in this are not important. Tucker is Alan. How do you say this guy's name? Tudyk. Tudyk? Okay. He is a Texan. Born in El Paso, grew up in Plano near Dallas. So we got a Texan in there. You might remember him from Firefly, the one season of Firefly. You might remember him from being the voice of every voice acting thing that's ever existed. Go on his IMDb page. In the last like 5 years, literally in every voice acting role that's ever existed. He was Hey in Moana.
He was.
Somehow. I did not know that. I've seen Moana quite a few times.
He's like the Joker. He's a bunch of people in the Harley Quinn animated series, which is fantastic.
I have to remember the last movie I remember him like seeing him live action was Maze Runner: The Scorch. I do remember him in that.
Why is that the last movie you remember him in?
No, seeing him live action, like, I can't think of any other time.
No,
it's all voice acting.
For me, and I think for Lisa as well, it's A Knight's Tale. I mean, him.
That was longer in the past. It's like the most recent movie I remember him.
The most recent you remember him. Well,
yes, he said so much voice work, but I don't remember.
Maybe that's to your point, Nate. Maybe that's the one I remember him.
That's exactly what
and Firefly, I guess.
And he was in the Comedy Swim series Newsreaders, which is like a spin-off from Children's Hospital, which is a good one. And I'll always remember him most fondly as Steve the Pirate from 2004's Dodgeball. Crushed it. He was the original Groot, basically the original Groot, I would say. Lastly, we got Katrina Bowden, who everyone will remember as Siri from 30 Rock. I think most likely. And she was in Piranha 3 Double D, which is on the list. We did Piranha 3D. We didn't done Piranha 3 Double D yet. So there you go.
Excited for that one, and I shouldn't be. I enjoyed Piranha 3D was more enjoyable than I expected it to be.
Piranha 3D is an instant classic.
Yeah.
Instant classic. Tagline says movie. This year's spring break is cut short.
Of course.
The perfect love story with a high body count. Evil just messed with the wrong hillbillies.
Yeah.
Tongue in cheek, fun. There we go.
I thought you were talking about the tagline for Piranha 3 Double D. These all quite sound like the same movie.
Not quite. Okay, so this movie, let's get into it. It's very good. Has a unique perspective, twist-iness to it. First 20 minutes, you're like, all right, well, this is another ripoff, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And then you get into it, you're like, oh no, this is comedic genius.
Yeah. It's so good. It's what I really like about this movie is just how much it plays against all of the tropes of almost every one of these like mountain horror films, right? Like like Deliverance, all of these. I love the fact that they made the they made them so lovable, right? But like just the fact that all the situations they're in are clear misunderstandings.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have done. There's extra stuff on this movie to give it more of a plot, and honestly, I'd say that actually is the part where it doesn't work as well. The parts where like that first like half to 2/3 of the movie is so tight and good, just as like a horror movie from the other perspective. Like
yeah.
It's so good.
There is a special feature that shows the movie as from the perspective of the kids, like a short version, like maybe like 10-15 minutes, that show it from the perspective of the kids.
No.
Which looks amazing and might potentially be in my Blu-ray. Let's see. But yeah, it's great. It's real good.
I love that they're drinking PBRs. Like that's the thing.
A lot of PBR.
I love PBR. Just so good. I mean, everything. We've got your friend.
Yeah, it's spectacular.
I didn't know what to expect from this movie when I first. I think we had a friend of ours. He was a coworker that Nate doesn't believe is real because he's never met him, and he
doesn't exist.
Basically, it doesn't matter. But he introduced us to this movie, and I didn't know what to expect. It was so good. So hopefully you've watched this movie already or are well aware of it. But the tropes are just so good. It's so well done.
Yeah. It's just refreshingly like it's a short movie, right? It doesn't overstay its welcome. It doesn't run its premise in the ground. It's just a hair short of an hour and a half. And it just stays the perfect amount of time. Perfect amount of like horror comedy balance. It's comedic, but definitely shows gore, right? So like it gives you the things and it's balanced well. And then it's just so relatable. It's a very relatable film, which is what makes it work. You relate to the hillbillies. You relate to all but one of the college kids.
It's one of the few. It's one of the few that's unsuspecting victim friendly.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
I think the worst part of it is there's gore. But other than the gore, you know.
But didn't you laugh at the gore?
And it's so over the top.
No.
Too, I wonder.
Do you know me? No, I
You
didn't
laughed at the gore. It was kind of hilarious.
No, but it's really, it's kind of like watching. Yeah, I don't know. I'd put it on the level with what were all those parodies, the scary movie ones. But this one's better because this one isn't, you know, so goofy. It's just like you see kind of everything from the perspective of the would-be killers. So
yeah.
Yeah, this just seems like exactly. I mean, we'd probably be in flipped stances, but like our canoe trip, Nate, I could see this absolutely happening.
Absolutely. It'd be great. There's no way. Who in our group is going to go psycho and try to murder people? Nobody. I don't think. I just go over to the beer and be like, hey, look, I got all these beers.
No,
that's the easiest way to smooth things over if you meet somebody.
I was worried when a croc went into the fire this past year, but you never know.
Not a crocodile.
No.
The shoe, the croc.
Yeah.
Slightly different.
Fun note, by the way, if you are a fan of crocs, guess what? Very resistant to full-on campsite fires. Only slightly warped and melted. Still wearable. Still wearable. So just, you know.
They call it the fire shoe.
Do they?
They do now. They do now.
Anyway, okay. Come back from that tangent. I mean, I don't know. There's so many good scenes in this first half. I don't know. There's just the wood chipper scene on its own is just, it's incredible. Incredibly shot, choreographed. Lisa, which one stood out to you of the
oh gosh, I don't even know. It's just
not kills. They're like accidental murdering of yourself.
Maybe the sheriff, when the sheriff goes in the cabin.
Oh yeah.
And hits the beam that they keep saying don't hit the beam.
And then gets a bunch of
still manages to get it back to the car. That's messed up.
He's okay. He's gonna walk it off. My favorite line of the whole movie. Yeah. Well, so I guess we should go over the premise real quick. So these kids from snobby kids from whatever college go off into the wilderness to go camp on their spring break. It's still a vacation of sorts. That's why it's in the staycation month. And they basically get like they think they get like the evil eye from the Tucker and Dale. Dale tries to talk to him. He's holding like a side. That's like they look like the Grim Reaper. It's like taller than him, and he's not speaking very well. And they're just like, these are the deliverance people, right? And they see them, and they rescue Siri from 30 Rock. And then all hell breaks loose, and it's just comedy gold after that happens. It's just amazing. Yeah. So Lisa, do you have a favorite character in the film?
I can't choose between Tucker and Dale. I like them both.
Okay, that was my main thing. I knew you would like them, but which one?
I don't know. I like them both.
Are you Team Tucker or Team Dale?
Why do I have to be Team Tucker or Dale? I'm Team Tucker and Dale and not the dumb college kids.
Okay, so you're team no college.
Right.
Okay, all right. Team no college. Mitch, who you got, Tucker or Dale?
I mean, I this is such a dumb question. Of course, Tucker and Dale. Although I do love
who out of Tucker and Dale?
Yeah, I know you want me to pick. I know you want me to Sophie's Choice this.
Yeah, you got Sophie's Choice it.
But I just feel for Tucker more. He just wants to get this house done. And the fact that he leads off with the police, I was like, oh, Heidi Ho, we've had a doozy of a day.
Yep.
I felt that. That was good.
I'm Team Tucker as well. So I liked him. Apparently, when he got bees, he sawed into a beehive, which God, that sounds just unpleasant. That leads off to the first college kid killing himself. Apparently, him pouring beer on his face to help with the bee stings was improvised in the movie. So just another pure work of genius. How do you get rid of the bee stings? Pour PBR on your face. Look, it solves all the other problems. Why not just keep it coming? Love Tucker. So yeah, I'm team Tucker also.
All of his interactions with the police officer are just incredible. What is it he says at the beginning when the cop pulls him over? Is like, oh yeah, Dale here's been striking out with the ladies. So I figure little man Tom might do him some good.
Yes.
God, I love this movie. I mean, look, we can talk about. I want to talk about the second half though, because honestly, Nate, I've seen this movie like 5 times, and there's a point in the film where I don't ever remember what actually happens because I stopped like caring as much. And I think it's when it gets in this whole contrived like, hillbilly in the past kill
hillbilly versus preppy.
Yeah, and there's this whole convoluted thing like his, so you find out the one that's like super intense is his parents were murdered by the hillbillies.
Well, his dad was murdered by them. His mom was just tortured and raped.
Was his dad murdered by hillbillies? Nate?
Well, okay, his mom's boyfriend.
I don't even think there was a boy. I think it was just made up just to hide the fact. But that's besides the point.
Interesting. Was that?
I thought that was all just made up. I thought that was the point. That's why they said they couldn't find a body.
No, because
it wasn't a body. Because
they knew who was all going there. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't think there was. I think she was just the mom was just kidnapped, and then it made it gross, and then she stabbed the person to get out of there, and of course she was pregnant. So.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, it does make sense that person would want to go back to that area, right? Because they heard all about it and like obviously have a very negative view of that. And so if anything bad would happen there, like because you're like, this is like where like my whole family's like life changed. So I can see why you might be drawn to that area in an interesting way.
It's just weird to me because the movie goes out of its way to really be like, hey, these kids are terrible and these bad things are happening because they're like being really judgy about these hillbillies who are really nice people. But in the background, oh yeah, by the way, there was a murderous hillbilly
20 years ago.
And then now this kid has like half hillbilly blood, so he's also insane because he's
Well, I'm really insane because hillbilly. I think the guy didn't have a home very much because he was insane. I think that was maybe flip it the other way.
I'm saying seems like they got a little weird with that whole thing.
Oh, of course, the guy's name who goes crazy is Chad.
Of course. Chads are the Karens for dudes. It's Lisa, would you say that's fair? I think that's fair.
Yeah. That's fair.
Chads are the Karen equivalent for dudes. Or is it Chaz? No, Chad.
Well, I got an episode title, so that's good.
Yes.
Got it.
I don't know. I mean, what did y'all think about this backstory and all that? Y'all were. I just didn't think it necessarily needed extra stuff to tie together.
This movie doesn't even need a backstory.
Yeah, about Chad and it. Like, I don't mind that Chad was like this ultimate villain, but I just
right.
don't. I don't
think that was the motivation, right? Yeah.
Chad sucked. He could have sucked on his own. He didn't really have to be.
Although I guess maybe they had to do it just so we get the really terrible psychiatry session.
Yes, which was a great scene.
How do you feel? I feel like a weight's been lifted. I feel good. I think that went real great.
That psychiatry session had someone getting weed whackered in the face. Weed whack part of your face off. Someone else basically getting like lit on fire like double lit on fire. And people got exploded. It was
solid.
Chad got two-faced.
Oh, he did get two-faced.
As a verb, he got two-faced. Yeah, it was quite a session. Probably still charged $200 for it.
Yeah.
even after all that. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't mind. It was contrived, but I didn't mind because the movie's so good. It's so good. It's so funny. Who did you feel the worst for when they died?
I think the dude that got impaled running away from the bees.
Well, yeah, running away from Tucker wielding him.
Well, that's what I mean. Like that dude is just straight up just scared out of his mind. Like he's not. The other guys were, were the aggressors. So, hard to say. Hard to say they didn't deserve it, but
he wasn't as unthinking.
Yeah.
Right. There's a guy who's running nearby you with a chainsaw that you're suspecting of kidnapping your friend. So you run away really fast. You just happen to impale yourself on random spikes that are coming out of the ground. I'm not sure why.
It's a big branch. It's just a branch.
Yeah, big. You can run fast enough to impale yourself fully.
Well, when you got a guy chasing you with a
chainsaw
and bees.
Yeah, Usain Bolt levels of speed there, apparently. But yeah, that guy I felt the worst for. Cop, close second. I think the cop was just trying to. Seemed like he was kind of on their side. He wasn't immediately trying to shoot them or arrest them. He was trying to figure it out. And then he got hit in the face with a bunch of nails, through his head. So those two I felt bad for. Everyone else, I was okay with.
The one girl that got the edger to the face was, felt bad for her.
Yeah, I felt bad for that. Well, then she got exploded, so it didn't hurt for too long.
Oh, fair. There's that. Silver lining Nate over here. Yeah. Silver linings playbook. So, I don't know.
Lisa, what was your favorite part of the movie? What stuck out to you? Because you said this is unsuspecting victim friendly, right? So
it is.
What were the friendly good parts that you liked? Yeah.
I think my favorite part. Oh gosh, I always forget. I always flip who's Tucker and who's Dale. Which one's Alan Tudyk?
Tucker.
He's Tucker. Okay, so I like the part where Dale is just good at trivia. I wasn't sure what his favorite board game was going to be. I don't know why I assumed it was going to be a Ouija board or something, and then it was just trivia, and he was just really good at it. And I was like, "That's pretty great."
James Monroe. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's why
it's that stuff, and then it's just all the misunderstandings, right? On the boat, we've got your friend. Why are they running away?
All right.
And then when they're talking about when they're talking about the trivia game, and it's I'm gonna beat her, and I'm like, well, you beat everybody. You knock them dead or something.
Hey, college kids.
It was good.
We got your friend.
When he carves in the wood. When he carves in the wood, we got your friend. Oh my God.
And misspelled friend.
Yeah. So I would say normally I would get really frustrated, just tell whatever. But the way they did it walked a fine line between I'm giving you the information technically, but in the worst possible way. Yeah. But they were giving it it wasn't like they weren't saying anything or they were whatever. They were trying to be as reasonable as possible throughout the time. It walks such a fine line without being frustrating. It was good. I can't wait 200 episodes to do this movie. Jeez, it's amazing. I don't know what happened. Who makes the schedule? I don't understand.
I know. We need to have a serious talk with that guy.
or girl.
It's very clearly.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but anyway, it's so good. This premise is just. I'm trying to think of other movies that are like this. Are there any other movies like this?
No, I mean No, not really.
There's gotta be
Like,
something,
The closest
but-
I can think is maybe Shaun of the Dead, but that's just more comedy than like a misunderstanding sort of situation.
That one,
Yeah.
that one doesn't play on all the same tropes as everything like this one does, right?
Yeah.
I think the only one I can think of that's closer to this is it Housebound? I think so. There's a
fourth episode.
Yeah, Housebound. So it's like an Australian almost ghost story type of thing. But it does a lot of those same kind of like messing with the same kind of tired like tropes of being in a haunted house. But then ends up having like a pretty good, kind of ending to it. That's probably the closest thing I can think of. But I don't know.
That was pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, there's horror comedies, but it's like previous episode like Final Girl, right? It's kind of like that in a way, but there was an actual killer, right? Like this one was just a straight up misunderstanding.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, it's good. It did remind me like this and Zombievers would just be a great double feature.
You just want to see Zombievers again.
I just want to see Zombievers again. Wait, what?
One half of that duo sounds good to me. Not the zombie.
Maybe Cabin in the Woods.
Cabin in the Woods, yeah, it's got a little vibe like that for sure. But it is a lot more serious.
Well, it's a lot. I mean, to some degree. I mean, there's enough of those scenes with the people running what's going on in Cabin in the Woods. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't actually seen that. Although if you haven't, you need to watch it because it's incredible.
It's real good.
But it's another one of these that really plays with so many of these like horror movie cabin trope. They very good. I mean, that's really what it is, right? It's all about how they totally turn the tropes on their head, and that's what makes it so funny and awesome. It's one thing to just parody things like Scary Movie and all those, but it's another to be able to like totally reverse some of these things so that they're so unique. It makes them unique.
Yeah.
It's like the same tired thing you've seen over and over again.
So, I mean, it's perfect. I can't think of anything where it's like I can't think of another movie where like there's no killer. Like it's just so perfect. Love it. But I guess there's a couple close-ish, but they're pretty good. Are we going to talk about the ending?
We can.
So
we'll just skip over it. It's fine.
It starts getting real when they cut off some fingers and they threaten the dog. And I gotta get your guys' opinion on this. I mentioned it numerous times, but Lisa, were you concerned for the dog?
No.
You knew the dog was
usually yes, but no. In this case, no. I just had a feeling the dog was going to be fine.
Okay. Yeah. The dog was fine. The dog's real name is Weezer.
Because here's the thing: if something had happened to the dog, it would have gone from lighthearted comedy to murder story. You know what I'm saying? Like, for some reason, God knows why, all these people could die in funny ways, and I was like, oh, ha ha ha. But if the dog had died, even if it was in a funny way,
okay,
people would have been pissed.
Let's come up with a funny dog death.
No. What is wrong with you?
Hold on. All these people are dying. All these people are dying. Oh, what if the kid who ran into the wood chipper had like a bone in his pocket, and then the dog jumped into the wood chipper right after? Oh no, he had a bone come out of the wood chipper, and then the dog jumped, grabbed it, and then also went in the wood chipper. Oh, come on. All these people are dying in ridiculous ways, and the dog can't die the same. Come on.
Did you not get hugged enough as a child? What happened? Nate. Let's. I wish we had Suri here to do her psychiatry session now, so we can figure out.
I don't think that would
I want to
be
figure
good.
out the root of this dog animosity that you have.
Like I treat dogs the same as I treat people. You know, if people can die in hilarious deaths, dogs can die in hilarious deaths.
Yeah. Is that why you want to watch Zombievers? Just so you get that, you fulfill that need there.
Yes, it surfs up.
Go
watch
Zombievers.
Zombievers is just a classic of cinema.
Oh my god, those are words. Yeah, so I mean, so there is a big, after the cabin explodes, there is a big standoff between Dale and
Chad.
Chad. And I mean, it's
that was the most underwhelming part of the movie.
Yeah. And then of course, they I don't know her actual name, Suri and
Allison.
Is Allison in this movie?
Allie.
That's right. It's Allie. That's right. Allie and Dale get together. They're bowling together.
They make it out.
Their friend sucker punches a girl behind them for some reason.
I don't know. I rewound it. I'm like, no, that happened. Wait, what? Why did?
Well, real weird at the end there, and Tucker got his fingers back and is drinking a PBR in the hospital. So
that was PBR call out. I did like he's like, oh, he brought me PBR, and I was like, after all they've been through, he couldn't have brought him Bud Light or something. No,
look, he should be happy.
That's his favorite.
He didn't get some flat top or whatever. So
it's his comfort beer, I guess.
Big Flats.
Makes
Big
him
Flats.
happy.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just referencing the Walgreens brand beer, Big Flats.
Yeah,
so I just have to throw that out.
Yeah. Have you ever drank that warm, Nate? It'll ruin your life.
It's not that bad.
Nate,
I probably brought it when we drank it. It's fine.
Probably did. To be fair.
All right, so Lisa, you get your fingers cut off. What drink do you want Mish to bring in?
Not PBR.
What is it? What's your PBR?
It's gotta be something good. But see, the problem is he bringing me a drink to pour over my open wound or for me to actually drink?
It's a recovery celebration type drink.
It's a recovery celebration type drink.
Let's say that.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm trying to think if I want something strong, see, would I want something sweet or would I want something straight up, I probably want something just straight up whiskey.
I don't know. I feel like if you were coming out of the hospital after all the crap that happened to him and having your fingers reattached, I would think you'd want something sweet and a little less.
An entire bottle of Prosecco.
Right.
Actually, I take it back, mate. I know exactly what I want. I want a bottle of Dom. I went through a lot of crap. I deserve a bottle of Dom.
Fancy. Okay.
Well, someone's
carrying on the PBR champagne.
I'm telling you, you always bring it up. There's never really a good time to justify paying that much money for a bottle of champagne. But hey, I just managed to get my fingers reattached. What other time is there going to be?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping of the two of you, it's Nate that gets his fingers chopped off, because Nate would be fine with Crown Royal Maple. So
fine is an aggressive word for that scenario. Normal Crown Royal would be better.
Oberon's got to be cheap, right?
Taking Oberon. Oberon's pretty cheap.
Oberon's good. Old Granddad.
That's more of an open wound pour.
Okay.
That one's more like this has got.
I feel like it would
right the wound.
I feel like it would burn away more of the nub on your hand.
Yeah, it's good. That's tough. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not a doctor. I just.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. That's good. So Dom pairing out Mish, what do you drink? What are you drinking when you have your reattachment?
Killian's Irish Red. That's my go-to bullshit beer.
Nice. It's such a good beer to be your bad beer. It's really good.
Yeah, I enjoy it. It's
a good bad beer.
You can just pound those things. It's nothing.
Okay, interesting.
Just not Yingling and not an IPA for Christ's sake. Everything's an IPA. Just give me a.
All the IPAs got to get off Mitch's lawn right now.
That's right.
And I guess if Lisa has to convert into beer, it would be High Life because it's the champagne of beers, right?
Of course.
Yes. But only High Life. Wait, are you talking about Miller? Like that High Life? Yeah. I would do it because I used to love those commercials.
Okay.
And I still sometimes say, you know, I'm living the high life.
Just like
slogans ever.
Just like the characters in our debate question about weed. Living, and it comes full circle.
Full circle. All right. Well, look, on that note, let's get into the final cut.
Final cut.
Lisa, let's start with you. Final cut.
Oh boy.
Where are you going with it? With Tucker and Dale?
I think I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. I can't give it any higher. It's really good. It's you know, I really like it. It's unsuspecting, victim friendly. Obviously, I've seen it before, and I didn't mind watching it again. It's the movie that you know I've been off the podcast for a little bit, and when Mitch was like, "Oh, we're gonna do this one," I was like, "Yeah, of course I'll come back for Tucker and Dale versus Evil." So I think the only thing is, the gore is slightly too much for me, but any gore is slightly too much for me, so that's not surprising. But overall, it's really good. I love the two main actors. Alan Tudyk is, I mean, you stick him in a movie, I'm gonna watch it.
He's that level, huh?
I've like Mitch mentioned since Knight's Tale. I mean, come on, yeah. He's just great. He's so funny, and he's really good. So I like him.
Okay, 8 out of 10.
Even as Hey, you know, just stood out.
Yeah, did bring that. Yeah, Hey, unbelievable. I said he was the original Groot as Steve the Pirate, but Mitch didn't seem to agree with me. But.
No, Nate, what are you giving this movie?
No, it's real good. It's at least an 8. Man, it's tough to tell. I'm gonna say an 8 also. No, I'm gonna go 9. It's better than that. It's real good. This is the top tier of movies we've watched.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a good one like this since maybe Troll 2. I mean, incredible film. It's really good. Again, one of the higher movies ranked on IMDb that we've done. I mean, like this, it's in the top. It's probably in the top like 10% easily. For the horror movies that we've done. It's really good. It's an inventive take. There's no movie quite like it, which is saying a lot. There's so many movies. I mean, it's got its own distinct spin where you can't like say, oh, it's like this one. Not really. So yeah, I'd say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 tree carvings.
Okay.
It's real good.
9 out of 10 tree carvings. Yeah, I give this 8 out of 10 wood chippers. It's solid. I like I said, I think there's a little bit toward the end that gets a little okay. Like it kind of loses a little steam. Right,
it's a little generic.
Yeah,
a little generic.
Yeah. But so much of it's so good. I mean, 8 out of 10 is fantastic. So, yeah, absolutely go see it. Watch it. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell anyone who'll listen to you.
Tell people you're vacationing nearby.
Ooh, yes.
You're vacationing, you know, this summer. You're out in the woods. You see somebody. Recommend this movie.
Yep.
You can watch it together and then bond and not have what happens in this movie happen to you.
That's right. All right. Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for this week's episode. Nate, where can they find us?
You can find us, as always, at TXPod Massacre on Twitter, Text Podcast Massacre on Instagram and Facebook. Check out our Patreon. Free Jason Takes Manhattan commentary. I know Lisa's already listened to it 5 times, so you need to get on board with that. Lisa, you have not seen Jason Takes Manhattan, have you?
Okay, so here's the problem. And I say this because way before the podcast started, if the listeners can believe this, during October, Mitch would just turn we didn't have Shudder back then. We just turned the TV on to, was it AMC?
AMC Fright Fest.
Fright Fest. And it would just be on constant loop on October. So I feel like I probably watched it at some point. I feel like I probably watched all of the Halloweens, all of the Friday the 13th, because they were just on loop. So I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I just do not remember it at all. Yeah.
They all melt together. That's what we were talking about. That's what we were talking about with like all these movies. Like, do you remember like the difference between like the 6th and 7th?
Yeah.
like Friday, they're like, how do you even know?
I know. I was even telling someone at work about the podcast. And I mean, he really likes horror movies. So he's like, oh yeah, that's like the 7th one in the series, right? And I was like, dang, you like pulled that out real fast. So
Jason Takes Manhattan was the 8th one. But
was it the 8th one? I don't know.
It was coming.
Just,
was Jason too far?
Fair.
It was a ship too far in that one.
Because question, Leprechaun back to the Hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where did that take place? Near Manhattan? No.
Yeah, which hood? No, I thought it was in was it more in California or was it in New York?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I was just hoping there was a Leprechaun Jason crossover. That's all.
Yeah, well, the first one they were in like they were in LA. And I don't even remember what the second one is.
I
guess
the hood in the first one with Mac Daddy Onassis was in LA. So yeah. And I love Mac Daddy.
You can also find us.
And Mac Daddy Onassis.
Again, our Patreon has all that information. You can find us. Anywhere there's podcasts. Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or another podcast platform of your choice. Pick a movie. Is it Leprechaun in the Hood? Is it Gretel and Hansel, Mitch's favorite movie of all time? Pick whatever you want, and we will review it. And we got some other Slaycation movies coming up in August. But we got some openings coming up, so please get those requests in.
Well, that's going to wrap it up from all of us here at Texas Podcast Massacre. Thank you so much for tuning in, and just keep telling yourself it's only a movie. Good night.